Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the tarot reading for serious people in these very, very, very serious times. Yeah, this is not going to be your unicorn rainbow kind of a reading. Never has been, likely never will be. I've done tarot for over 20 years. In that time, I have found that tarot has its own particular strength, its own particular mission. And that is focus, potential. That's the key. In terms of predicting, I have never in my 20 years ever found anybody who predicted anything of consequence or with any kind of consistency using tarot. But the potential, if done correctly, a focused, tight, compact reading has never ever been wrong. I've seen some people do it. I've done it for most of my 20 years. Didn't start out doing that way. Did the lollipops and rainbows kind of readings, and then I went, this stuff's not working. Now, for the past 50 plus years, I've done numerology, astrology. Those are predictive devices in a general sense. That is to say, they work with cycles. So what happened at a given time, if you found planetary placement and you found a powerful astrological placement, you could look for the next time though that kind of a placement would happen, and you could kind of predict the energy. Example, and I give this almost every day, but I want to drive home the message effectively. This is not a feel-good reading, but it's not a downer reading. It is looking at where we are, because we have to do that. You can't shove your head up your ass and go, I don't want to have to deal with it. Too bad. You're in the world. You got to deal with it. The people who come to this tarot reading every day are focused that way, clear-eyed. Okay, what are we dealing with? As best we understand, how can we make it better for everybody? And I'm not talking communism. I'm not talking some weird kind of, like a lot of people in media like to call it socialism. Well, socialism, ideally, and again, remember, with any form of government, you're always dealing with people, and people are screwed up, and so they infect any system. But there are some systems that are designed to be corrosive. Capitalism, Marxism, fascism. You're never going to get anything good out of them. Temporarily, maybe 10 years, 15, 20 years maybe. But then eventually the energy will devour everything in its path. Socialism, at its core, is making things in society accessible to many. For example, the post office. That's socialism. Schools. Forget the fact that Rockefeller disgustedly put together this weird, sick educational system, but ideally, schools, education should be socialism, should be available to anybody who wants to access it. Okay, like the post office, it's available if you want to access it. The interstate freeway, the parks, national parks, state parks, fire, police, libraries, others. That's what socialism is. Capitalists, fascists, Marxists put down socialism because they know it kind of works. They don't want to touch it. Keynes, was it John Maynard Keynes? I think it was, an economist back up over 100 years ago, considered the father of modern economics, said that capitalism, to survive, needs socialism. Because when you put together the point of capitalism, it's all about capital, things. That's a major problem. Because when you're just focused on things, people always suffer. So John Maynard Keynes said, you got to bring in some socialism, or a lot of socialism. In fact, frankly, that's what FDR did. And his rich friends were really pissed off at him. I mean, really pissed off at him. From the 1930s on, the rich friends he had would only refer to him as Mr. Roosevelt, not a friend at all. And yet FDR told them, hey, look, guys, I'm saving capitalism. Making sure people have honest work, making sure that people are staying busy and productive, making sure that they have value in their lives, making sure that they can take part in this representative democracy. Billionaires didn't want, or millionaires at that point, I guess, didn't want to hear that shit. But get out of here, man. Hey. Like George Carlin said time and time and time and time again, it's a big club, but you and I aren't in it. And it isn't a big club, frankly. Just a few people. When you get right down to it, probably less than a half a dozen families run our financial system. And they keep pushing the financial system, so that you're prisoner to it. So when we talk about astrology or numerology, we can find certain events, take a look at where the major planets are most specifically, and then see where they come up again. 250 years ago, Pluto was where it is right now. It takes 250 years to go around the solar system. Look where we're at. July 4th, 2026, 250 years. 250 years, United States birthday, if we make it. If. But take a look at the energy, 1776, and the revolt started long before that. Same thing here. We're in a kind of revolution, and who knows which way it's going to go yet. Still too early to tell. But we have to be observant. And you can see people on edge. People are going, hey, time to deliver, Bubba. Time to deliver. With tarot, it is the potential. It's the frequency right now at this moment during our reading. Does it resonate with you? If it does, you are the 10% that it resonates with. The other 90% may enjoy the reading, may get something out of it, but the frequency doesn't resonate with them. That's okay. That's normal. That's perfect. Same thing happens with numerological readings and astrological readings. Same thing. 10% max. Everybody else over their heads. That's why I keep this reading tight and really focused. You're not getting a lot of cards. You're not getting a lot of movement. You got the 5 cards up there, 4 of which are tarot. 1 is the guiding card. Gives us the feeling. And this is what sets up the reading. Okay, that's the mood. And today it's orphaned. How appropriate. Because if I had to put it into a single word, I would say that exactly describes how the average citizen feels. Orphaned. All the institutions I trusted, all the people I trusted have screwed me. They don't care. And it's obvious they don't care. They're not listening. They couldn't give a damn less. You mean no more to them than a piece of gum on the street as they walk over it. You and I mean nothing. We have been orphaned. And I think that is the reason there are so many people, especially on the left, that are screwed up. They know they've been orphaned. They know that nobody cares. The people who they depended on don't care, but they don't know what to do. Because essentially they're sheep. Please tell us what to do. Tell us what to think. Tell us what to feel. Now, if you're the kind of person who is kind of independent, who can kind of think for themselves, who's willing to look down the abyss, because that's really what we've done over the past 4 years. And if you've been aware of what's been going on, it's been even longer than that. For me, the big light bulb was 9/11. Kennedy assassination in the 60s, I was alive, and I saw it on TV. That shook me up. But it wasn't until 9/11 when I went, holy shit, something is up. And especially when George Herbert Walker Bush, whose father was a criminal, by the way, when he told us that we were coming to a new world order. I went, whoa! And then you got 9/11. Whoa! But other people have just begun to wake up in the last few years. And you feel orphaned. You feel sequestered from humanity. You're all by yourself. That's the energy. Powerful juju. The number up in the right-hand corner is 5. 5 is always change. disturbance. Things aren't the same. They're not going to be the same. You know that. You can feel it. You can see it. But you may not be clear in terms of what that change really means. I love when people go, well, you got these planets, and it talks about change, and they're so positive. I go, wait. Back it up, Charlie. Change means change. Change means something different. It could be good, could be bad. It's up to us. That's why I do this tarot reading the way I do it. Clean, clear focus. By the end of the reading, you will know exactly what the energy is. You don't have to guess. And it's going to be based in the world that we live in now. And right now, most of us are feeling orphaned. The meme for today is how to dismantle an empire. Number 1, dismantle the empire inside yourself. Number 2, hold space for others to do the same. Something that's not going on. But that's understandable if these people, especially the lefties, are saying, you guys are weird. You can see it's a 2-year-old not able to cope with change. They realize they've been orphaned. Nobody gives a damn. And they can't handle it. You're here means you got the capacity. You can do it. First card all the way to the left, Page of Wands. Wands are positivity, excitement, joy, enthusiasm, gratitude. Actually being plugged into a life that means something. That's the hope. That's the desire. Pages change the storyline. And the storyline changes, maybe I'm not orphaned. Maybe I'm not orphaned. There may not be many like me, but maybe I'm not orphaned. That's a Wands energy. Next card is definitely not a Wands energy. It is the Five of Cups. Complete desolation, completely removed from your humanity. That's really what's been going on. It's the real reason why we feel orphaned. We have been sequestered from our humanity. We have been made to feel and think and believe, things, give me a bigger car, give me a bigger house, give me more money. You're chasing a system that you have no control of. It's a monopoly game, but you don't have any of the pieces. You don't own the board. 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe half a dozen families at most. It's their board. In fact, one of the reasons the Fed here in the United States was formed, one of their basic principles is they wanted money that was flexible. What they're telling you, we don't want any accountability. We want to do with the money whatever the hell we want to do it, make it more expensive, less expensive. We want to be able to shape it any way we want. That's the reason they want to go by the way, and they're pushing so hard for digital. Because now there's nothing. It's all a fig Newton of your imagination. Money doesn't mean shit. Never has, frankly. Some interesting quotes from Socrates and Plato about money, but I'm not going to get into it. I'm talking a little bit longer than I wanted to at this point. Money is a figment of your imagination. It is phony, fake, false. Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean anything. It's their game. They're calling the shots, and you and I are playing their game. And when we play their game, we become less human. We get sequestered from our humanity. We get taken away from our humanity. You don't have a choice. Even Jesus said you can't serve two masters, God or mammon, God or mammon. We're choosing mammon. That's why, for example, you see so many athletes, especially noticing it right now because it's the season in the NBA. People don't give a damn about watching it anymore. It's losing viewers all over the place. Because the players don't give a damn. He just went through this all-star thing and nobody cared. Well, let's see if we can pay him more money. More money is not the issue. Take a look at what the National Hockey League did. Look at the energy. Look at the passion. Nobody got any extra money. But they had the enthusiasm. They were connected. NBA players don't care. And they don't really fully understand that a bigger paycheck's not going to make a damn bit of difference. You're going to see other sports, baseball, football, going to hit that spot if they're not already there. More money just doesn't make. We were not meant to just make money. Again, materialism. Sequestered from your humanity. That was the game. Final two cards are the same card, two different decks. Knight of Swords. Swords are thoughts, ideas, beliefs. The Knight brings gifts. And these two together, double strong. They bring incisiveness, intelligence, acting with certainty. You know that you feel abandoned. You know you feel orphaned. You know you have been sequestered from your own humanity. Your spirit has been killed or seriously injured. And you realize there's only one way to get it back. If I had a choice, I think there will be some sort of a quote-unquote civil war. I don't think it's going to be anything like what we had in the United States in the 1860s. But I think we will see, maybe even throughout the world, two camps. One group will be the ones that want to stay with the tech, and whatever the hell they throw at them, or however they brainwash them with tech, that's fine. Another group, probably smaller, but another group will be those who decide to go back to nature, our true roots. To quit being orphans, to start being connected again to Source. That's what I see eventually happening. There's too much tech coming at us to defeat or even slow it down. The United States stop, China, Russia, and whoever else keep running. But we can find places where we can live kind of in community, live off the land, grow wholesome food, get in touch, be able to support ourselves. Do you realize? Stop, think about this for a minute. Talk about being sequestered, orphaned. Do you know how easily they could make us full-fledged prisoners? Turn off the power. We have a grid. It's all connected, interconnected. Turn off the power. No computer, no telephone, no lights, no... You got electric stove? Sorry, can't cook. That's why they want us on electric, so that they can completely control us. That's why they want electric cars, so they can completely control us. That's all it's going to take. Flip the switch. Within a week, with no power, you're going to have most of us on our knees. That's why eventually we're going to split the techie types and the earth types. Right now, you feel orphaned, but it probably won't stay that way much longer. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Manifested reading. I hope you're here with me. Between now and the next time you and I do get together, however, peace and blessings.